Hey guys, I've gotten a few texts and emails about where do I start, what do I do with our 21-day challenge. So I wanted to first say welcome. This is going to be a fun 3 weeks. I'm glad to have you along doing this with me. And second, I just want to give you a few tips and things that you can start working on as we get ready to start this on Sunday or whenever your package comes. So if you've gotten your thing in the mail, you have your Get Started guide. I encourage you, please read through this. A lot of the questions that you have are going to be answered in here. There's tons of information. Before you even do that, step one, go take your measurements, okay? Weight measurements and pictures. That's what it is. I know, yes, I know no one wants to take pictures. Do it. Take your front, your side, and a back. Okay, it can be in a mirror, whatever you need to do just to get it done. I take mine in just shorts and a sports bra. You might want to share it someday. You might not. You don't have to. But for you, it's going to be key to see your progress. The scale does not always tell the story. So I really encourage you to take your measurements and to do pictures because that can show you a whole lot more than a number on a scale. So please do that. Measurements, some people have asked, where do I take my measurements? You want to do, at a minimum, I usually do chest. Okay, go at the widest portion of your chest. Your abs, which would be at your belly button. So measure right at your belly button around. Your waist, look at the narrowest part and measure there. Stand with your feet together and measure your hips. Again, I look in the mirror and I look for the widest area and I measure my hips there. And I always do my right thigh. When you do a measurement on a side, always do your right side to stay consistent. So for my thigh, I again go, it's probably about 10 inches up from your knee. For me, I just look for, again, the widest part. And you can usually see where that little wide part goes in the inside, So go right there. Take those measurements. If you can do your right arm about halfway between your elbow and your shoulder, so it'd be like the widest part of your bicep, but do it with your arm relaxed and try to measure that wide spot. Those would be the areas, but especially through your midsection, because I know that's personally where I gain more is through midsection and hips. So those are the measurements that I'm mainly concerned about. I definitely do hips and waist abs. So do all that, photos, and then we're ready to go. Read through your book. Some of the first things you're going to do are to figure out what bracket you're in, what calorie range. Right there. So you'll look at this chart. It's going to tell you how many containers you can eat each day. So when you get your containers out and you've got all your nifty color-coded containers, this is not just what you get in one day, it's multiple of these each day, and that chart's going to tell you how many you get. So start by figuring that out. Look at your chart. After you figure it out, you need to find a tracking tool that's going to work for you. You have to keep track of this. I posted my spreadsheet that I use. This is what I do because I like pen and paper. I fold it up, I shove it in my book, and this goes with me wherever I go. When I'm at home, I just put it out on my counter. I also use this to plan my meals. That's another thing people have asked about. But before I get to that, find a tracking mechanism, whether it's a spreadsheet, whether it's an app on your phone. Beachbody has a tracking mechanism in here. I think checking off colors. For me, I like to write down my actual meals because I like going back, and when I have successful days, I like to copy those days. And if you run out of ideas, you can go back and look to see what fits certain containers. And it's just good to have for reference, I find. But you have to find what works for you, okay? So think about that a little bit, and you might not figure it out on the first go, but see what you think you'll work best with. You've got your containers, and basically it's just what fits in the container. Dump it out. That's your meal. Meal planning. Plan your big meals first. So I'll sit down and plan out breakfast, lunch, dinner. Look at what fits into those categories, how many containers I've used, and then see what's left, and then I plan my snacks from there because I want to make sure I have my protein at my major meals. I have a protein for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I usually have the carbs earlier in the day. Personally, that works for me. I usually have it for breakfast and lunch, sometimes dinner. And Then I just fill in from there. So how do I plan? What do I plan? Again, that's kind of up to you. I can show you what I eat, but some of you would get really, really bored because I eat the same foods and I'm fine with that. I'll eat the same breakfast every day. I eat the same lunch every day. I might switch up my dinner. My snacks are kind of the same. For me, that's what helps me do good. Just staying simple. And I kind of encourage you, maybe the first week, stay simple. There's tons of recipes out there, but the first week, stick with your proteins. Grilled chicken, baked chicken, turkey, fish, steamed broccoli, steamed vegetables, salads, oats, quinoa, rice. Stay simple, fill your containers, fuel your body, see how you feel. If you have time and you love to cook, there's some great recipes in this book. And like I mentioned in our Facebook group, look on Pinterest. There are a million ideas out there for recipes that fit this program. There's sample menu plans, so you might be able to look to see what other people have done, and maybe you like their style and their taste, and you can get ideas from them. So it's so personal, it's really hard to say exactly what to eat, and that's the great thing about this program. You look and you pick the foods that you enjoy that fit these containers. So when you look up your greens and you go to your book and I'm on the green page and I look and I say, oh, I don't like collard greens. I don't really like winter squash or cauliflower. Well, you don't eat those. You can eat the other ones. So it's up to you. Let's see, what else did someone ask? Shopping, they were asking about what to buy, nuts and certain things. The fewer the ingredients, the better is my tip for you. This program is supposed to get you off of processed foods and eat more whole, real foods. I eat almond butter instead of peanut butter, and I found a good one. This is Trader Joe creamy almond butter. It's dry roasted almonds and less than 1% cashews. So that's all that's in here. No added sugars, oils. And I just found one at Costco, Kirkland brand almond butter, and it's roasted almonds. So those are worth a shot. Raw almonds, Trader Joe. Okay, these are great, just good for a snack. You ask what I eat for a snack, and it's usually apple and almonds, or apple and almond butter, or veggies and almonds, or my Shakeology. So those are typically my snacks, maybe veggies and hummus. But read the book, please, and take your measurements. I'll try to do some more videos with other tips, but I hope this is a little bit of information to get you going. I'm excited to have you along for the ride. Reach out with any questions and use our Facebook group for support. I'll talk to you soon.